Tonight, I just want to, because Patman taught us two words for this VCon, right? You still remember those two words? Max out. So I'm just going to help you a little bit to build how you maxed out, okay? So first thing, not I think, but in my experience, what is very important, right, in our business, in networking, is that we must have a proper perspective. Am I echoing? You know what a perspective is? You know how you see things. You know how you take things in terms of its importance, in terms of its accounts and stuff. I'm just remembering right now that when I was a kid, okay, when I go to the dentist for, whatever, cleaning, I always see this sign in my dentist. You know what it says? The sign, big sign. It says, be true to your teeth, or it's going to be false to you. I would go to the dentist, and I would see this huge sign. It says, be true to your teeth, or it's going to be false to you. You know false teeth, right? So the dentist, I was asking what it means when I was a kid. So he's saying, if you do not be true, true means, be honest to your teeth, what you do. You don't see the importance of, your teeth. You clean it. You don't, do the things that you need to be doing. You'll end up with a false teeth, pretty much. Right? Which is pretty much, it's true. So I remember that in the early days. So that was my first lesson in being true to something, so that it would also be true to me. So when I got involved in network marketing, right, I was one very negative guy because I don't like to sell anything, right? Selling is very difficult. I'm sure a lot of you, that's why we got into so many other things, because selling, it's hard to sell. I mean, I'm not like Batman, he could sell whatever. But it's very difficult to sell. I'm just like one of you guys sitting, cringing my face every time I'm invited in any network marketing. I said, no way I'm going to join, no way I'm going to join. And that was the first thing I said to Dr. Vijay when I met him. I knew he was going to recruit me. That's what I thought. I had this wall, like the fort, you know what I mean? I don't want to be recruited. So, to cut a long story short, when I made a decision, or before I made a decision in network marketing, right, I saw a perspective. And I want to show you that perspective. What is that perspective I saw before I joined? That's why it took me 6 months to join, right? I looked at all the possible business that I could get into. Okay, in fact, just to share you a situation, I used to teach, was fortunate to teach this tycoon, this billionaire in the Philippines, okay? He's a very famous man. And I was only 20 at that time. So I asked him, I said, sir, this is an honor for me to meet you, and you're a very successful man. So, can you give me some tips? Okay? And he didn't speak for a long time. The only thing he told me is that do not get a job. You want to be successful? Don't get a job. That's the tip he gave me, and I was totally shocked. I said, how is this? That's what we were taught in school. Pretty much, we're bombarded that, you go to school, so you get a job. But he told me the opposite. So I said, sir, I need to understand further. Why should I not get a job? Then how would I be successful? He said, no. You're not going to be successful if you get a job. I said, why? Because job is just, it stands for just over broke. I know you heard this before. it means just over broke, meaning, you get paid, pretty much you think it's your money, that it's for you, but in fact, it goes to utility bills, it goes to your landlord, and you're lucky you're left with something. And you're pretty much already telling someone, okay, that this is how much you're worth. And he further told me, right, Japa, how many hours can you give in a day for working? I said, about 12 hours. If I really want to push it, 16, 18. But yeah, how long can you do that? Maximum, 16. Okay, fine. Let's say if you could give 16 hours every day. But that's just 16 hours every day. But see, he said, when you become an entrepreneur, you could triple that. It could be times 1,000, times 10,000. Right? If you have 10, that's why entrepreneurs, they would hire people. Their 16 hours can become times 10. If you have 10 employees, right? That's immediately times 10. If they have 100, that's immediately times 100. So when I was talking to this guy, I was seeing a bigger perspective of things on what I should be doing in terms of how could I best leverage. How many years do you have in this life? You don't know, right? Tomorrow, next month, I don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows. And you could only give, how many hours in every day? 16, 12, I would say 8. You're miserably working very hard already if you work 8 hours a day. But it stops there. You cannot find any job that could somehow leverage your 8 hours. And your 8 hours, you're paid a certain amount. Can you double that? Can you triple that? So I said, hey, there is a limitation to what I could do as a person. And you should see that. And that's the perspective I saw. So when network marketing came, I really studied it very hard. It's not that I'm very genius. I just saw the practicality. In fact, I'm lazy. That's why I wanted to leverage. So I realized that by network marketing, I'll be leveraging. I'll be having thousands. I could be having 10,000s of 8 hours every day. And at time, I could be sleeping and I would still be working. You know what I'm saying? I'll be sleeping. Today I sleep and I still get a check. You know what I'm saying? Today I go on a holiday, and most of the networkers here would empathize with what I'm saying, would agree with what I'm saying. We get paid. You know what I mean? The only time I don't get paid is when I come on stage like this. Patman doesn't pay me. But, you know what I'm saying? Leveraging. So that's the perspective. Now, give me one business in this planet that could be better than network marketing. I couldn't find any. The last 15 years, I struggled hard. The last 15 years, I was thinking before my idea, once I start making money, I'm going to start doing some other businesses. I couldn't find anything that would match. In fact, it becomes difficult to do other business once you've tasted network marketing business. What I make in network marketing. Unless you guys have found something, please tell me, I'll join you. If you found something better than network marketing, please let me know. I'll sign up. Honestly. So that is a perspective that I'm talking about. Now, seeing this perspective, that this is the only business worth doing. For me, it's the only business worth doing. I don't know with you if you have other things that's worth. Again, I challenge you. Show me why it's worth. I'll give you the stage. Show us that you have a better business than network marketing. We'll sign up everybody in this room. Would they not? And you could have all of us as downline. As long as it's not network marketing too. I'm talking about a business that would at least even get close. You know what I'm saying? So what is the perspective? Now, knowing this, that this is the business, and this is the only business I should be doing, right? How do you approach it? How do you take it? Are you taking it seriously, or you're just being cheap on your business? How do you take it? How do you speak it? Because see, once I saw the perspective of this business, that I could be a millionaire in this business, my confidence level just shoot up. My confidence level just shoot up, right? It got taller than me. Okay, I was very insecure that time because, Lee, what can I possibly show anyone that would be worthwhile fighting for, dying for, and just doing my best for? What is that worthwhile thing that I could actually share with friends? The network marketing. Now, because I saw that perspective, when I went out and started signing up people, I was not shy. I was very confident. Because I knew I was giving them the best thing that they could possibly ever have. And I explained with that conviction that this is the best thing. This is the next best thing to heaven, you know what I'm saying? It is. So when I spoke in that level, you know, my batting average, my people signing up, is like, you know, like they don't give me a hard time. It wasn't difficult because of my conviction. And that conviction was brought about with this huge perspective that I have. Now, how you max out is simply being able to build an organization under you. Now, there's 6 billion people in the planet. Okay? And I remember in the early days, people, you know, their fear, their unfunded fear of network marketing is that they're going to be running out of people. Can you believe this? Now, 15 years ago, in 1998, there were children at the age of 10 that we've not approached to sign up, I'm sure. Right? How old do you think they would be today? 25. We could sign those millions of kids that we didn't sign up before, right? You would never run out. Every day there's going to be someone, okay, you know, just like they've been building homes until today. How many homes would you buy in one lifetime? How many homes would you buy in one lifetime? Probably 1, 2, right? That's it. And still, they're still making homes today. So there's no such thing as we're going to be running out of people to sign up. That's a fallacy that people have, okay? But the point I'm saying is that we've not even scraped the whole population. So building an organization in network marketing is, you got to have an organization, and that organization that you have is what actually is going to bring you the maxing out. Just like today, we have people maxing out. We're all maxing out. The V is maxing out. Okay? Why? Because it's just maxed. Because there's a huge organization that's just keep on coming in. Keep on coming in, believing and wanting to have opportunity. And we share the same we share the same reasons why we do this business. All of us, we share whatever, you know, we could sit here with different races, different religion, different nationality. We sit in one room, right, knowing that we share the same interests. And that is, we all want to, you know, make something out of our lives. You know what I mean? It's a struggle. Yes, life is a struggle. Financial is one main struggle of everyone. Couples, it's a main struggle because how society is built is based upon you need money to buy things, to send kids to school and all of these things. It's a struggle. So it's something that we're all going to be fighting for. Okay? So having a clear perspective of what we do is very, very important. Now, as soon as you see that perspective, all right, you build your confidence built on that, and you start signing people up. And when you sign people up, you're not alone, see? I was never alone when I signed up people up. I knew there were uplines. There's a company that I represent. At that time, I represent a number of people, So when you're there, the conviction is there. The conviction is there, and people would just really see it. You don't even need to sell it. You just present it. And as soon as you sign them up, you have to take care of them. You have to be true to them, so they're not going to be false to you. Right? If I'm not true to you, if I'm false to you, you're going to be false to me. You're not going to take me seriously. Now, if you have today people who's not taking you seriously, right, don't blame them. Good for you. Because you're not serious to them. You're not serious in your business. You're not seriously network marketing. In fact, probably most of you are thinking, oh, let me join first and have my downlines work under me. This is, how people think before. Let me sign up the big guy who's got 6,000, 7,000 people, because if I sign him up, his 6,000 people would be under me. I don't need to do work. I'll be on top. Or we try to look for a company that's just starting and let me be the number one person to sign up so I become a founder or whatever. That's a myth. That doesn't happen. Today, I don't know if you've heard this, right? I know someone who me and Dato signed up under us directly. Okay? Under us directly, we sign him up. Right? On one side, he's got the whole planet. All of you is his downline. But on one side, only 5 people join. And he is not making money. Probably he made one time. He made a check one time. He is the great-grandfather upline next to me and Dato Vijay. He's even the upline of Patman. Okay? Where is he? I wanted to kill him every time I see him. I want to slap his face. He's got maxing out one side, maxing out the whole planet, India, everyone is under one side. And if he could hear me today, please arise, awake, and whatever, and achieve. All he needs to do is build the other side. So it's not about, me being first on top. That's the beauty of network marketing. See, it's not a pyramid. It's like this. It's the V. It's inverted pyramid, meaning even if you come in today, you could still make bigger check than the guys on top. Supposedly the guys on top. And that's the perspective. But again, this is where your leadership skills comes into place. Right? You should be asking yourself, why should someone be following you? Right? If you are an upline, would you follow yourself? If you're an upline, would you want to sign up under you? So if your answer is no, then it means there's a lot of things that you would want to improve there. Because all of us, we want to look for this, good leader who's going to build us and all of these things. We all look for someone upline and stuff. Tonight, please stop looking up. Can you stop looking up? And be the leader that your downlines needs you to be. You got to be that leader. Stop looking up and think, oh, my upline, oh, my upline, my leader is not helping me. That's why I'm not making money right now. It's because of them, because of this, because of that. You got to stop that. It has to stop with you. I am that leader that's going to build my organization. Because that's the only way you're going to max out. You're not going to ever max out unless you have an organization that purchases products, that sells products, that continuously bring in, continuously do presentation, prospecting, all of the principles, basic principles you've heard. You need to properly prospect. You need to learn to present, different ways of presentation. I have a 5-minute presentation. I have a 1-minute presentation. I have a 30-minute presentation, right? I don't try to do a 1-hour presentation because it's too long. They're going to forget anyway. But just do short presentations and follow up, right? You practice closing. So it's like, when you do martial arts or any types of skills, you have to do it every day. Because if you do every day, like you play every day, you get very good at it. So you gotta be prospecting every day. You gotta be doing presentation every day, right? You have to be closing. All of those things, A to Z of network marketing, you have to be doing it on a daily basis as if you're lifting weights or you're bodybuilding or you're exercising. It must be a thing that becomes part of you. Why? Because this is your business. I have to do it every day. If I don't do it every day, I won't get good at it. If I don't get good at it, I don't max out. If I'm not good at it, what will I teach my downline? How would I duplicate? Right? If I'm bad, I'll duplicate bad downlines, right? If I'm not good, I'll duplicate not good downlines. So if I'm on my top shape as a networker, so everyone that touches me, everyone I get to talk to becomes a top-notch networker. That's really what happens, see? And there's just no magic to it. There's just no shortcut to it. There's no shortcut. It's not that by attending VCon that somehow when you go back home is going to bring you the check. No. That's an illusion. That's another fallacy that somehow by attending VCon, when you go back, you're going to start maxing out. No, that doesn't happen. This is all a show. Not a show, but in terms of we're all here just to pour into, we're refueling. You know what refueling is? Because a lot of you are running low on your petrol. You're running low on your energy, right? Some of you probably drag yourself here and you're not even signing people up. You're not prospecting, you're not closing, you're not doing the business, you're not sure, and you have other priorities in life. I'm sure you have other priorities in your life than network marketing. Now, I don't understand why you could have any other priorities in life than network marketing. You know, one time, I did a training for a small group. And sort of like I did a survey and I asked them, if you are to prioritize 3 things, what would be on top? Okay, so I asked them, okay, do you like security? You want to be secure? Do you want to be secure? Do you want comfort? Do you want to be rich? And you know what was amazing? Okay? I asked these people what would their priorities be? What would your priority be? Comfort, security, and being wealthy. So normally you'll always get a mixed crowd. Some people will say, oh, I want security, right? Some people will say, hey, I love comfort, right? Some smart guys would say, yeah, I want to be wealthy, kind of like they figure out the answer, right? But if you look at it, right, in reality, right, how we play, how we act, right, in day-to-day life, between being wealthy, secure, and being comfort, most of us in practice, would always choose security. That's why you don't want to take risk. Right? In practice, right, between probably the second would be, hey, I want to be comfortable too. Meaning comfort doesn't mean sleeping on a nice bed. Comfort meaning you don't want to be troubled. You don't want the hassle. Okay? So, in practice, I want to be wealthy. It's just a lip thing. We just say it because, we know it's the right answer. I want to be wealthy. Yes, everybody would say that. But in practice, no, that's not what you want to be. What you choose is comfort and security. See, what you don't understand, that if you want to be wealthy, you got to give up comfort. You know that, right? Oh, you didn't know that. If you want to be wealthy, you got to give up security in a way, because you got to take risk. A lot of risk to take, right? But see, if you look at it, a person who becomes who chooses wealth, he would pretty much just fly. Now, why do I say that? Just some time back, I was reading an article in the Top Fortune magazine. I never used to read those magazines before. The Top 500 Fortune magazine. I was reading about this Japanese. He's already 80 years old, and he's one of the, he was a tycoon in Japan. Okay? So they were asking him what his secret was. So he narrated his story that during World War II, he was one of the pilots who did a kamikaze. You know what a kamikaze? They would put something on their head, and they're gonna do a suicide dive into the ship or whatever with their own plane, meaning risking their life. They're gonna die and use the whole plane to destroy the enemy, right? That's a kamikaze. So he said he sat down, he kneeled, and he flew the plane, and he was gonna do a kamikaze. Ready, he pretty much has given up his life. Before they were in mid-air, before he could do a kamikaze, they all got a call: abort. The war is over. So you know what I mean? Imagine the adrenaline. You're about to do kamikaze, you're gonna die. Anyway, he was telling this story. So when he went back to Japan, he was only in his 30s. He said, I've already experienced death, he said. Nothing fears me. Nothing fear me. I'm not afraid of anything. So he said when he got into business, he had that perspective. What could possibly be the worst thing that could happen to me? In business, what's the possible worst thing that could happen? You lose your investment? Do you die? I mean, this guy, right, pretty much was ready to die. So what would scare him? Nothing. So he said he was fearless. When he approached business, he approached it with fearlessness. Leaders are fearless people. They're not afraid. See? If you're afraid, what could you do? Just little newspaper scares the shit out of you. Okay, if I may use that word. If a tiny newspaper, TV, negative on network marketing scares the shit out of you, then how could you be successful? You cannot. You cannot. Because fear stops you from what? Stops you from moving forward. Dadu last night, he showed us those amazing human beings who were just literally flying. Of course, they didn't show us all their failures of broken bones before they were perfected their sports. Did you see the video last night? Were they fearless or not? They were fearless. I mean, jumping off the cliff, diving as if they're not going to die. They were fearless. But how did they achieve? Why are they so good today? What's that first component? What's that main thing that made them so good? That made them so good? Because they've overcome their fear. They're fearless. Now, becoming fearless doesn't mean that you don't get afraid. No, they get afraid too. But they've overcome it. They've overcome it. And that's the first thing. You want to max out? You really want to truly max out? Be fearless. This is my first advice. Be fearless. I'm not saying suicidal fearless, but be fearless. Don't be afraid of anything. When people tell you, no, it can't be done, what do you tell them? Why not? When somebody tells you, no, it can't be done, you say? What do you say? Why not? You always ask, why not? If that guy cannot give you the answer, it means he doesn't know. If you don't know, find out. If you don't have the answer, because we don't have the answer. I didn't have the answer to every question about network marketing in the early days. People ask me amazing questions. I don't get upset. I said, that's a very good question. I'll come back. And I called Dato Vijay. What's the answer to this? Then I go back with confidence. Oh, this is... Then again, they have question I couldn't answer. I come back, check, again go back, until I close. I don't pretend I know everything. Being fearless doesn't mean you're going to be someone who's so knowledgeable, egotistic, that you know everything. No. A fearless person is a humble person. You know that? To become fearless is real humility. And I'll tell you why. There's this story in, the book Sun Tzu, Art of War. You heard of that book? There was this warrior, okay? And he found out that there's this tiny village that would be, there would be pirates who would be, salvaging this village. So what he thought, he went to that village and he disguised himself as a regular peasant, okay? So he lived in that village waiting for that day for these pirates to come and do their, usurping. So one time when he was going back home to the village, the hut they had, he saw these two drunkards. They were drunk, so brave, arrogant. Hey, you! They called, you were, you're new from our village. You're going home? Yeah, you have to pass through us. So they wanted the guy to go through, like kneel and go through them because they were brave people. So this guy, he kneeled down and actually crawled and went home. So from that day, he became the coward. Everybody was teasing him, throwing things at him. He was the coward. And these two drunkards thought they were the brave ones. Until that day came when the pirates came. And this guy came out, took out his sword, fought the pirates, killed all of them, And these two drunkards were totally shocked. They were shaking. It's like, wow, we didn't know that this guy was such a great warrior. Okay? So they came, sir, why did you not kill us at that time. He said, I thought of it, but what would it prove? I thought if I kill you, a mother would lose a son, a wife would be a widow. For what for? What will I prove? He was very humble. But he was brave, see? See, arrogant people, they pretend, they become arrogant because they're just insecure. Actually, arrogant people are very insecure people. If you see someone trying to be so tall, like big and stuff, they're just insecure. But real courage is in humility. Because see, when you're on the ground, can you fall? Where's the real security? Is it top or being on the ground? See, if I'm on the ground, I can't fall anymore, see? But if I'm on top of the chair, if I'm top of your head or whatever, I try to climb the shit pile, it's not secure. I could still fall. But see, on the ground, I can never fall. So I remain stable, secure, and I'll be fearless. So maxing out is something, the two words, is very important for us because, see, this is the only way you could actually make the funds you need to max out. But see, all of this, right, there's just so many components. If I'm just trying to put it in a nutshell, right, right, just be who you are. You don't need to copy any style in presentation. You don't need to go up on stage. You could do this one-on-one. In fact, it's more effective that you do one-on-one presentation because you can actually tailor your presentation according to the person you're talking to. Because each person is different. That's why when we, you cannot think that you could sign up 10,000 people like this in one talk. Impossible. We never did that. In presentation, we bring, I bring a few friends in the early days. I let them see for 10 minutes, right, just to see the crowd. Then I bring them to the coffee shop. I spend one-on-one. I go back. Because there's just no reason why they would not do this business if they see what you saw. I know what I saw. And there's just no one who's going to convince me otherwise of what I saw. And that's my conviction. I know what I saw. Now, my question to you is, do you know what you saw in network marketing? Do you have that perspective that I'm talking about? That spark, in you, why somehow you're here today. I know you saw something, that's why you're here today. You saw something why you're here today. We're here today. I'm here today. I saw something 16 years ago. I saw something 16 years ago. It's the same thing I'm still seeing. It's the same thing I'm still seeing in a lot of your people's eyes. It's the same thing. Why you're here spending time? Because this chair is not just a regular chair. This chair is a possible chair worth $1 million, $2 million, $3 million check. This person here could be the next top leader in QNet. He could be bringing in $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a week. Who's stopping that person from making that? Who is stopping him from making $10,000 a week? Who? All of us want him to make $10,000 a week, especially his upline. And this is the beauty of our business. You know what I mean? We want people to be successful. Have you found any business in the world that your friends want you to be successful? Hello. All of us, I want you to be successful because the more successful you are, I become successful too. Voila, we're all like part of it. And that's the beauty. Why network marketing, why QNet is just getting so powerful worldwide. Because and it's scaring a lot. And people still think we're a scam. We got to equip ourselves with the proper knowledge, the training, why you're here today, because you just want to absorb. You want to be a sponge of all the things that you could absorb. When you go back home, you have to apply those things, because it's really very important. You didn't come here just to do rah, rah, rah. Each and every one of you, we wish you to be very successful in network marketing. We wish you all to be maxing out. But see, you gotta make that declaration. You know what declaration is? I declare, I stand up and I tell the world, I'm gonna max out. I'm gonna make $10,000. I wanna be a millionaire. You have to say that aloud and announce it to the top of your voice, to the top of the planet, that I'm gonna be $1 million person. You know why you have to do that? Because if you don't do it, you're just quiet about it, it's so easy for you to slack off. Why? Because you didn't make a vow. You know, that's why in India, when you get married, it takes a whole month, right? Something like that, I heard. It takes a whole week, right? Whole week. And there's like 10,000 people of relatives have to attend your wedding, right? You know why that is? See, the more people know, relatives on this side, relatives on this side, grandfather, great-great-grandfather, how could you ever divorce your wife? Cannot. It's just impossible. There's like, how many brothers-in-laws would kill you? You know what I mean? You cannot. But see, in America, right, they go to Las Vegas, just two people, it's just them. Nobody knows except their dog. So it's easy to divorce, see? No wonder there's more people getting divorced in the West. Why? Because they don't make a declaration. It's a quiet thing. Yeah, let's get married. It's just us, you know what I mean? They don't tell anybody. So it's easy to slack off. See? Why? There's no declaration. In network marketing, right? You want to get married to us? Let's not do the Vegas way. Okay? Let's do the Indian way. Okay? Or, same in Turkey, you know? It's the same in Turkey, it's the same in the Philippines, you know? When they get married, you see Miss Imson? See how she announced to the planet that she got married? Because that's how we do it in the Philippines as well. And that's how you become married. So you want to get married to us? Because see, if we're not married, and I'm talking about the business, because I'm already married, okay? If you're not married to QNet, how would you be successful? It cannot be courting, you know what I mean? Courting should finish after VCon. Done. The dating period is done. Right now, we're dating. In fact, we're not dating anymore. You guys, ladies, you've already married QNet. When you signed up, come on. You already married QNet. Okay? So you're stuck with us. Okay? You're stuck with us. We're married, tied up, you know, with rings, everything. We announce to the world, you're QNet ambassadors, you're IR's ambassadors. We're married, and we need to, okay? We need to have our, you know, progeny, children would be your successors. So you gotta be giving birth to $10,000, $20,000, you know what I mean? And that's how it's done. No dating anymore. So you cannot be, you know, fooling around. with other companies. If I see you dating again another company, I'm just gonna be heartbroken. And no way you could be successful. Why? Because you're false. You're not true. You must be dedicated. Come on. When I married QNet, when I partnered with my friend, Dato VJ, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Like, I couldn't divorce, you know what I mean? Still today, you know? I can't. Why? Because that's the dedication, that's the loyalty that needs to happen for us to be successful. Now, I'm relating to you personally here. That's why I want to keep eye contact to you, because we're real people. Come on, 15 years, and you still think we're a scam? People still think we're a scam? In India especially, you know what I mean? They don't know. They're ignorant people. So I want you to go back home, okay? And be fearless and tell these people, hey guys, you're freaking mistaken, okay? If you think this is a scam, right? I don't care, because I'll get paid, okay? That's what you tell them, okay? And if you think this is too good to be true, tell them it's okay. I still get paid. Okay? But if you join me, you tell them that when you go home. If you join me, we both get paid. Okay? But if you don't join me, I still get paid. And Habibi, I feel sorry for you. So anyway, thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow night.